Chameleon Academy, or actually, this is the afternoon. I am glad to be back from good old Madagascar. And it's been, let's see, I've been gone for 3 Saturdays. And so I am very glad to be back here amongst my live my live show in the chat. Let me know. Let me know who's here. I am so it's been an adventure. Getting there, even just the travel was an adventure. But once I was there, it was incredible as you would have expected. And it's going to take a while for me to absorb everything and create to you all. So, who's here? Hello, Stephanie. Hmm. All right. Well, we should at least have a hello, Daniel. James is here. Excellent, excellent. Let's see. Here's a my lemur. Here we go. My lemur friend over there says, "Hello, Chameleon Academy." Lemurs were amazing, and yeah, obviously I was there. Hi, Steve. Obviously, I was there for the chameleons, mostly the chameleons. Hello, Susan from California. Good to see you. And oh, it did not disappoint. There were chameleons all over the place, and the incredible thing was we didn't even have to go for it would be a day or even 2 days travel between national forests, but we'd be seeing chameleons all along the way. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Good to have you here. And so it was just a playground for chameleons. And that in itself was an interesting observation because there was just so much human encroachment. Hello, Marianne and Ustaletai. Oh, hey, Ustaletai from France. Okay, I've got. We need to show some. Let's see. Do I have a? Oh yeah. Here we go. Look at that. That's the baby Ustaletai. Let's play that one again. Came across so many little babies, absolutely cute. So that was incredible. Actually, I'll show you a clip from something that was. Oh, you know what? While we're talking about Usaletai, I know I have another one. There we go.
And we have found Ustaletai.
Stopped because we saw this guy crossing the road. Look at that.
Little CJ
Good eye,
Green.
Dave.
Woohoo!
This
Well,
here
Patrick.
is a male Ustaletai. First for Ustaletai.
Look at that big
Amazing.
dude.
Okay. This guy was in the open. Hello, hello. Oh, thank you, Marianne, for 99 cents. I appreciate the support. Yeah, this was a big chameleon. And hello, Howard and CG Green. Yeah, but the thing is, this guy was out in the open. There was almost no trees. You could see trees in the distance, but just little shrubs and stuff. Out in the open, it was 95 degrees out. It was we took the temperature of the road. It was 133 degrees Fahrenheit. And hey, Jason, and from the Czech Republic, thank you for joining in. So this guy was just trucking along a 133-degree road. So this is absolutely amazing. But it was great seeing him. He was not so happy to see us, but yeah, we made him an international star. So anyway, Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you the most special, one of the most special things. And that was, let's see if I can find it here. Where is, I'm sorry, I really thought I had this all laid out. There it is. There it is. All right. This is what I wanted to show you. I actually came across hatchling panther chameleons that had just hatched. And you could tell, I could tell that they just hatched, not only because there were a number of them in the area, there's the lemurs in the background, but because they actually had the sand still stuck to them. There's white sand in this area. And they still had it stuck to them, just like a baby that has crawled out. Yeah, hello, Pam from Florida. So that was an incredible experience, being able to see the babies, and yeah, they were scattering all over the place, but I found 3 of them, and they all had that white sand, and so. Oh, I was looking for their nest site, the digging out site. Oh, I looked so hard, couldn't find it. So it was disappointing. Would have loved to have found that, but the fact that I actually found the babies, amazing. It was amazing. So, you know, if you have any questions, put it down there. I don't necessarily want this to turn into me just sharing a bunch of videos, but you know what? I'm having a lot of fun, so I'll share a couple here. You guys ever seen this? Hello, Natalie. You guys know what this is? That is, hello, Joanne. Welcome here. Yes, the eye. We got so lucky to be able to see this. We're going to show that again. This is the strangest creature there. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. Let's see, did you find any carpet chameleons? Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. You asked for carpet chameleons. I will show you carpet chameleon. Let's see where we found. There we go. All right, we have found a beautiful carpet chameleon.
Hello, Jose. Lateralis. This is a male, and just look at how healthy he is. If we go ahead and pan around and just see the kind of habitat he was found in, but let's not get that. It doesn't necessarily mean this is their perfect habitat, because carpet chameleons are very adaptable, and they adapt to humans being around and whatever we do to the area. So they are survivors. And
hello,
oh my goodness, what a beautiful chameleon they are. Good news is that there's going to be a lot of captive hatched individuals coming up, because we've got some great breeders working with this species. Don't get the wild caught, because we've got captive hatch individuals, and they are incredible. They're going to be very healthy and hardy.
All right. So how many parsons? Oh, there were lots of parsons. We found all sorts of. Let's see. What is? Okay, I don't have this labeled. Let's figure out what this clip is of. It may be a crypticum.
Hey, we found a treasure today. This is a male.
I meant voice.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
And we found a treasure today. This is a male Caluma crypticum, sometimes called the blue-legged chameleon, because when he's trying to show off for the females, his legs get bright blue and his head will get nice red. But right now, he's not feeling pretty amorous, so we don't get the colors. But you can see he's got those occipital lobes back there that he'll flare out to make himself look bigger when he wants to scare me off. But I wanted to share this incredible specimen that we found. This is an adult male. Look at this tail. Look at that beautiful tail. Yeah, these are incredible. Now, you won't be seeing these in captivity because there's no quota for them. So we're going to have to go to Madagascar to enjoy Kaluma crypticum.
Yeah. Okay. So, is that a river I hear in the background? Oh my goodness. Yes, it was a raging river. That was in Runamafana, and yeah, it was a huge river. And are the Usalidae, are they like Pardalis with locality, different colors in different areas and places? I did not notice. I saw them in two different locales. I didn't notice a difference, but it could be that they were very that the differences were subtle. I did notice differences in the individual animals, but I couldn't tell if that was a locale or just changes within the animals. So I would need a much greater data set to be able to answer that question accurately. Hey, Sean's here. Hello. And was a local food. How was the local food? Did you try anything unusual? Yeah, hard to answer that. The local food was I had zebu. That's the Madagascar version of cattle, and zebu everywhere. That's it's like the cows and the cattle with the humps on the back. Uh, and the thing is, we had to be careful because of the gastrointestinal differences in what we could handle. And a number of us in the group had gastrointestinal distress. I guess that's a nice way of saying it. And so I we did have a little bit extra stuff, but we had to be careful. So Zebu was as exciting as I got. Um, Let's see, live feed ASMRs planning on a few carpets. Carpet chameleons are a good choice for a pet. I am predicting, and it's not like I'm a visionary. It's kind of obvious. Carpet chameleons are going to be the next big thing, and we have a number of breeders that are working so hard on carpet chameleons that they're available now, and so that is the best chance. The carpet chameleons are the best chance that we have at establishing another species in captivity. So I'm excited about that. And then Jason said something about the carpet chameleon looked like he was about to dive off that stick. We had a couple of people die, a couple of chameleons diving off the sticks. I tell you. And Lindsay Brent from Southern California. Always miss these because I have 4 kids. Yep, that'll do it. But that's okay. You know what, Lindsay? You just they are recorded. All of these are you can find them on YouTube, so you can go back and go back later and pretend that you're there live. Anyways, hello, Richard from San Bruno. Bill's Howard's asking, any cool bats in the trees or lemurs? Bats? Surprisingly, no. Did not. We did see a couple of bats, but not many. I was looking. I'd love to see the fruit bats, and they have something called fruit bat coffee, where the fruit bats actually nibble on the coffee beans, and somehow the saliva makes it a smoother taste. Oh, I wanted to try that, but didn't get to see fruit bat saliva coffee. Or lemurs. Yes. Oh, you know what? This is a good time. Let me show you kind of my favorite. First of all, let's see. These are ring-tailed lemurs. Look at those cuties. Just having fun. And let's see. I've got a clip where they were calling. You could just hear them over the in the horizon. You can barely hear it, but those are ring-tailed lemurs. Let's see. What is the concentration of insects? And then insect did you see the most of? Uh, Actually, I'm surprised at how few mosquitoes there were. Yeah, there were mosquitoes there, but boy, I thought I would be just, you wouldn't believe how much insect repellent I took with me. I took lotions, I took spray bottles. Excuse me, I'm still working on my sleep. But there weren't that as much as I expected. Now, Mike Tytula, he got eaten up, but I am surprised. Usually I get eaten up, but nope, not really. Natalie, thank you very much for donating to the show. Love the bush babies. Yes, they were so cute. Carpet chameleons. Does the name bushberry hold true? Do they actually live in the bushes? Well, this isn't the official bush baby. That's I think that's in Africa. These are lemurs, and they are just the bizarre things. Hey, we got someone from Italy. But Natalie, thank you very much for your support for $9.99 sticker there. Genevieve says we call that the trots. Yes. Okay, go ahead and say it, Genevieve. Say it like it is. Hello from Italy. Very good that you're here. And Joanne loves lemurs. Oh, you know what? I got another one that I didn't label. I'm going to try to find it. Bill, what season is currently in Madagascar? It is the wet season. And how do you think winter temperatures affect chameleons from Madagascar? Winter temperatures, well, okay. They have wet season, dry season. And so if we talk about the dry season, which is during our summer, which would be their winter, it's cooler and drier. I think it desiccates them and kills them, but it also gives them a rest. And if we can figure out how to give them a rest without the dehydration, I think it's going to extend the life of our chameleons and it just makes sense. You're in the wild, they get half of a year rest. Did you see any greater Vasa parrots? I did not. I actually looked for those because you asked about those. And so I looked for those, but I did not see any. Mosquito would have found me, Daniel. You know what? There were some people in the group. Every now and then mosquitoes would find. And one night the mosquitoes got me. Do you have videos of chameleons feeding? Almost. I did get a really good video. There was a chameleon that would eat, but it was blurry. And one thing that was interesting is in the wild, if the chameleons got a chance to eat something, they don't care if we're around. They took it. So something to consider when chameleons won't eat in captivity, because we're feeding them too much. James was referring to feeder insects. I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, insect question, James. Okay, what was the? Oh, okay, James, you were wondering what kind of. James, what question did you have about feeder insects? Go ahead and type that out so I can know that I'm answering the right question. And while you're typing that out, I am going to get something for Joanne and the rest of the people. I'm going to see if I can get the Indri calling. Let's see. Let's you know what the heck? I'm just going to we're just going to play some clips here. I'm going to try this one. Okay. Okay. James asking what was the most I saw there as far as insects and they were eating. They literally would eat anything that moved. I don't. There wasn't a preponderance of insects. It wasn't like there was insects all over the place. But the ones that I noticed were just a wide variety. There we go. These are Indri. So that is so cool. That's the call of the Indri, which is a type of lemur. And it was just amazing walking through the forest and hearing that. Natalie says, after the live, I might message you on Insta. I think I need to make a lay box for my veiled. Only 5 to 6 months, but rather safe than sorry. Yeah, I mean, doesn't hurt to have them have a lay box. Starting at 5 to 6 months, it's not going to hurt. And so yeah, we can talk about a lay box. And I actually have a good video on YouTube about the ultimate lay box. It's way more complicated than anybody really needs, but when you're dealing with difficult species, you go ahead and go the extra mile. Veils would not be a difficult species to lay. So let's see. So James is clarifying, what was the largest concentration of feeder insects? In other words, what were they feeding on that you noticed or witnessed? Yeah, and there was nothing that I could put my finger on and say, okay, there's a lot of these, because I would see flies, butterflies, moths, walking sticks, and all these different wide varieties. So there wasn't just one thing. It wasn't like there was just these swarms of flies. There were cicadas there. But it was just a little bit of everything all around. And I mean that we can assume that's how they get the variety. Spiders around. So I'm sure they would chew down on spiders if they had the chance. Let's see. Someone thought I said injury. No, Indri. The Indri is a lemur. Yes, I got to enunciate. Coco Tipster says, I'm from Madagascar. You are wonderful. When I was a child, lived behind the zoo. Well, then, you get to see every day what we consider so very special. And Smooth says, Cuba. I don't know what that is, but welcome. So, yeah, if anybody has any questions about going to Madagascar or such, let me see. I'll find. Everybody ought to see this one. What the heck? Yeah, let's go to this one. Here. There's a big boy. Okay, there wasn't much of that. So this is a yellow-lipped Parsons chameleon. I saw 4 different varieties of Parsons chameleon. So for those that don't know, the Parsons has 2 subspecies, Parsonii, and that's the one that you normally see, and Parsonii Christopher, and that's the smaller one. So I saw 3 varieties of Parsonii, and then I saw Parsonii Christopher, and this is one of the Parsonii variants, the commonly called the yellow lip. And Bill, before coming home, did you sterilize and disinfect yourself like leaving a virology lab? No, I did not. I was careful of any dirt on shoes that everything was immediately thrown into the wash. But really, I spent something like 52 hours in transit. And so it was a really rough return trip. Now that you're back and done brewmating, are you getting your chameleon true? Oh, I don't know. Hello, Carson. Prairie Planeta is trying to get me into anoles. Maybe. Maybe. Did you get any weights on Parsons? No, I did not. I did not take a whole lot of numbers. And the reason why is I just don't like snapshots, because when we take numbers that are snapshots, it's like it's like our minds glom onto numbers. And so this trip was more about getting the feeling of being outside, the feeling of it. And so I didn't take any numbers, any weights, and we did take some temperatures, like of the road, and humidities, but I did not focus too much on that at all. Did you go with a group or private tour? Where is a good place to begin planning a trip? All right, Terry, I am working on making this easy. I went with a group. It was a private group, private tour, and I went with someone called Patrick Amid. Oh, I'm not going to be good with the last name, but I'm actually going to try to bring him on to next Saturday's live show. And if we can get the connection right, then he'll be here next Saturday. I don't want to make a whole lot of. We tried to do a connection and it didn't work so well, but I think we're almost there. And if this week I can make it happen, you will be able to talk directly with my tour guide here next week, next Saturday, and ask questions. And that's really the easiest way, is contact him. And I'm going to be creating a video about going to Madagascar and how to do it. And really, it's not that complicated. And I know it's intimidating because you don't know anything, but I will give you a place to start. And it's really not that complicated once you have that contact. So really, it's that contact that's the hard part, and I will give you that. So just come back next week, or keep watching my Instagram, and we're going to see if I can make this happen. I really want to. Are there things in your husbandry you may change after your experience? Daniel's asking, and the answer is yes. Well, here's the thing. It's the numbers stay the same, but there was exactly what I wanted to get from the trip was the feeling of being there and what that feels like. And so I have that I'm going to try to replicate. For a while, I haven't been happy with our humidity. I really haven't been happy with using foggers, and I just would like to have a better way. And so I'll be working on that. Now I know what kind of feeling I'm looking for, but the husbandry, we've got it pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the husbandry. Now, one thing that's interesting is I would see the Tiasmanjoy, Montoy, which is one of the Nasutum level Kalumas, one of those really small ones. And they were just so high up. And I'm thinking maybe we ought to think about, just because it's a small chameleon doesn't mean that we should give them small cages. But anyway, that's something for me to think about. I'm also thinking about experimenting with different ways of making laying bins. I'm not ready to say everybody should have a layer of decaying leaves on top of a light sandy mixture, but I've got things to experiment with. And so, yeah, I came back with some interesting ideas. Not a whole lot of conclusions just yet. Oh boy, we got a lot of questions here. Let me catch up here. How cooped up have you been feeling since you got back? Natalie, there has been so much for me to do since I got back. I haven't had a chance to pay attention or feel cooped up. But I really came back so excited to start off. As you know, I've got 2 podcasts, 2 shows, Chameleon Academy and The Reptile Entrepreneur. And I've been so excited about launching the new season for both of those. And so I've definitely kept myself busy. And by the way, everybody, the season 8 of the Chameleon Academy starts next Friday. First episode is all about what I learned in Madagascar. And so you're going to get a deep dive on that next Friday. Now, I'm doing something, as you all know, I have a Patreon, and I spend so much of my time and effort with the public outreach that it's hard for me to come up with perks for Patreon members. So everybody who's there is essentially there because they want to support me, not because they're getting a lot of extra stuff. So I thank you so much for the Patreon members. I know you're not there because of perks. You're there to support me, and that means a lot to me. Thank you very much. But one thing I can do is give a little bit more personal attention. And so I've actually released the first episode of season 8. I have released it onto the Patreon. And so I'm going to have more in-depth conversations with anybody who wants to talk about this kind of stuff. So if that's something that interests you, you want to have a little bit more in-depth conversation about things, you want to be able to listen to the podcast season before it's available to the public, you want to have a little bit more discussion with me, check out the Patreon. Or if you just want to support me, and I appreciate you all so much. So that's available to you. And for all my Patreon members, I will do what do you need to grow in your chameleon herpetoculture, in your path of chameleon growth? What do you need? That's one thing I can do. That's one thing I can do. So check out the link to Patreons on my chameleonacademy.com homepage, or else just Google it. Google works so well these days. Just Chameleon Academy Patreon, and it'll show up. So thank you for the ones who are there. Thank you very much. What type of trees did you find panther chameleons in? Oh my goodness, they were just let me see. I think I've got a video of that I would love to. Let me see if I've got it here. Just hang tight. Let's see. Maybe this is it. We'll see. I didn't get to label all of them.
So just showing you where that panther chameleon was found. Right up here in this bougainvillea. So just showing you where that panther chameleon was found. Right up here in this bougainvillea. And so that just shows you how adaptable the panther chameleons are to human encroachment.
Yeah, the panther chameleons we found were hanging around the houses and the trees and the bushes and stuff, and so they have adapted. Those carpet chameleons have nicely adapted, and so they're going to be just fine with humans. And I noticed even the larger chameleons like Ustaleti and Parsoni were found around human villages, and they just, I mean, humans create garbage and garbage brings in flies, and the chameleons love the flies. Let's see. Ryan says podcasts were made for layovers. Oh my goodness, yes. I listen to so many podcasts. I had a layover in Kenya because Kenyan Airways totally screwed up every leg of the trip they touched. So I'm not happy with that company. But one part of them screwing up was that I was stuck in the Nairobi airport for 19 hours. And it's not like LAX or JFK where there's endless things to do and stores to see and places to rest and new scenes to see, new things to see. Oh, no. It's not like that. So it was a miserable time. And honestly, I got to the point where the having my earphones in hurt. Even the earmuffs hurt. And it's like, gosh, I'm dying here. So Stephanie's very interested in learning how to go there. Yes, that's gonna be a theme. I'm gonna make it easy for anybody who wants to go, because I just encourage you all, if you want to go to Madagascar, do it. And I mean, I'm just saying this off the top of my head. If enough of you would like to go and make a group, I'm open to going back 2024, January 2024, and it wouldn't be a Chameleon Academy event, but I'll go share my insight and hang out. I wouldn't mind doing that again. Did you go to Nosy Bay? I did not. Nosy Bay is in the north. We spent most of our time in the central area, and That was required if you wanted to go to Ranamafana. It's just Madagascar is so big, and so that was the best place for me to see the Parsons chameleons and O'Shaughnessy of Ranamafana, and get to the southern tip of the panther chameleon range in Tamatave. So that's what we chose for this time. Alonso says, Bill, how is the commerce of chameleons in Madagascar? And what do you think now about buying wild caught animals? Alonso, I think even strongly that we need to support the export trade. And the reason is because Madagascar there are so many forests that have disappeared because humans have cleared it for farming. And the problem facing chameleons is not the sustainable trade governed by CITES. It is habitat destruction. And if people don't have a reason to put a monetary value to chameleons, they're just going to clear cut the forest. And so there is a healthy balance between monetary trade and export and conservation. And so it's not as simple as saying, if we stop exporting chameleons, then they won't go extinct. If we stop exporting chameleons, they're going to die on the trees that are cut down. So the value comes from the value in supporting the export trade comes from putting a monetary value to the people of Madagascar on these chameleons. And so I think it's actually important that we maintain the trade, and with the caveats that it's under the supervision of CITES. And that is, okay, this is how many can go out and not affect the wild populations, because we all know it's very easy for someone to come in and just totally denude an entire area and take everything in an area. That's not what we're looking for. We're not doing this for the trade's sake. It needs to be sustainable. And they are doing some of this in Madagascar. Right now, they have a captive breeding program for mantellas, golden mantellas. And once they breed enough that they are restocking the area, they don't want to stop breeding because you don't stop the momentum of your project. They want to be able to continue the breeding to make sure that they have enough every year, but the excess can be exported. And so that's another way that Madagascar can profit from their resources. And I know we get into this, it's a very touchy area when we start talking about animals and profit, but that's the world. That is the reality of things. And to stop the trade would be just sticking our heads in the ground, and then we just wouldn't see the chameleons dying on the trees. So now on our side, and I know we can't really control this, I still believe that wild-caught chameleons should not go into the hands of beginners wanting a pet. They should go to breeders who will treat these animals with the privacy that they will acclimate them, they will leave them alone, they will breed them, but they're not going to try to hold them and play with them. So I like how things are going now. We don't see as many wild-caughts in reptile shows, and I know we do. But right now we have just a few importers, and a lot of those chameleons are taken up by breeders. And so I'm seeing things go in a positive direction. But that's my view as far as chameleons in the wild and the trade. If we don't, so I do not support stopping the trade and then pretending like we've done something good, because it just means that we're just not looking at what's happening. Joanne says, looking forward to seeing what you come up with instead of foggers. And by the way, everybody, I know these are controversial opinions, and there's so many different facets to this conversation. So this conversation go on forever. And I don't pretend that my opinion is the one right opinion, period, at the end of it. It's just the nature of a live session, to where you hear me more than we're able to have a conversation. But yes, I am absolutely open to other ideas. Looking forward to seeing what you come up with instead of Foggers. Yeah, me too. We'll see. Hello, Paris. Thank you for welcoming back. Natalie heard about lay bins. Yes, but you don't have to worry about me and my complicated lay bins. Howard says Sean did a great job filling in for you. For those who don't know, I'm partners with Sean McNeely. We do the exotic pet adventure. Actually, he does it mostly, and I show up and just add scintillating conversation. Dean, what's up, Bill? Hope you enjoyed Madagascar. I loved it, and I love sharing here. Do the locals like and enjoy the panthers and other chameleons? They don't care. Of course, there's a variety. Some people like them, but most people don't care. They've been around them all their life. They're honestly, it's a poor country, and they're worried more about where they're going to get their next meal than they are about all this stuff around them. I driving by saw some kid at the corner with this tenric, that's like a Madagascar hedgehog, hanging by 1 foot. So he tied it by 1 foot and hanging it on a stick and just saying, "Hey, anybody want this?" So it's not like they have this great respect. I mean, the people, they're just looking to be able to eat and feed their family. And so when you have a people in that state, it's very difficult to make them nature lovers to go out and enjoy the diversity of their nature. They're just going to cut the forest down to make food. So we've got to deal with, if we in our grand first world countries want them to care about the same things we do, we're going to have to feed them, find a way for them to feed themselves and their family. And once a family is fed, then they can start thinking about caring about things other than what they're going to eat tomorrow. So it's a multifaceted issue. Katrina Pena, excited you're back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Does Madagascar have any freshwater fish? I do not know. There's fish. There were fish all over the place, but I did not pay attention. I don't know much. Ryan's saying use grow tents in Arizona for humidity. Sounds like a good plan. Definitely looking at all options. Nadim. Oh my goodness, Nadim's here. Nadim was our photographer. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that I was on the same trip as Nadim. He was the videographer. I went on this trip with a bunch of YouTubers. I mean, it was an incredible experience. I loved it. Diane from Reptiliatus, Dave from Dave Kaufman's Reptile Adventures, Adam Wickens from Wickens Wicked Reptiles, Mike Tytula, and then there was Nadim, who was the videographer, and Alec Brown, who was the vet, because we always take herp vets with us. And you just see some of the footage that Nadim made. I don't even recognize the trip, and I was there watching him take this. It's just amazing. So everybody, I look at the stuff. I don't know where his footage is going to show up, but maybe probably I'm going to link to it when I find it. Nadim, I need to know where you're going to put that stuff. Does Madagascar have reptile pet shops? I did not spend a whole lot of time in Antananarivo, but I would say probably, I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's what I'll say. That would be a difficult thing. I'm betting that it's one of those things where a guy, I don't know if I know some people have imported things into Madagascar. Don't know. Katrina says, can't wait to see Wiccan's reptiles talk about chameleons. Yep. He's going to talk about them. He had me on. We recorded some episodes together. So where we talked about chameleons. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Let's see. Genevieve says your opinion has really opened my eyes and view on wild caught. Yeah, Genevieve, it is such a complicated subject, and the people. It's very. It's a lot easier to make it black and white, and make it something to where, oh, okay, I'm going to say everybody who brings in wild caught is evil, and whenever you hear a story where there's someone who's absolutely evil and absolutely good, you're probably missing out on a lot of nuance, because life is not black and white. But yeah, this situation itself, the wild caught and the environment, it's a real mess, can of worms. Oh, okay. Nadim says, oh, the Indri tale. Okay, everybody. Nadim Merrikh. I never said your last name, so I don't know how to say that. But all right. He has. Oh, I wonder if I can actually pull up. Okay, guys, this is worth it. Okay, hang tight with me. I am going to attempt to pull up the trailer that Nadim made for our adventure, and let's see if I can find it. Nadim, and I should be able to put it on here. So just bear with me here. This is going to definitely be worth it. I think there it is. There it is. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. We're gonna do this. Let's see. Give me a second. Give me a second. Mike! Hello! Mike Tytula's here. All right, Mike. I'm gonna now attempt to play the trailer. The Indri trailer. Can I do this? All right, guys. I think I'm going to do this right. I'm going to do this right. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Hi everyone, I just want to do a briefing tonight about the next expedition that we are going to do. Okay, we're going to try to find those kind of biggest lemur. It's gonna be very challenge for everyone.
Okay, we got a storm coming over. Go for shade. Come on, everyone. Yeah, but it's not Indri, but it's a different one.
They're jumping from tree to tree, and it's really difficult to find them. That's why we're boogieing through this jungle before we miss them again.
I love it. Oh, so that is on Nadim's channel. Nadim. Wait a minute. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but there you go. So that was I watched Nadim film all of that. Watched the drones, and he had a drone, and it was so funny when we were driving, and of course we had to stop and get the drone and such. So you guys, okay, the name is Nadim Merrikh. There we go. Remember that name. Type that name in. I'm gonna link to it. I suspect he's going to have more of these, but that was an incredible depiction of our trip. Hey, let's see. Okay. Hello. So But yeah, we were there tromping through the forest looking for the Indri, and then the storms came in. So that was so cool. And by the way, who was asking? Joanne, were you the one asking about the river? You saw that footage in there where it's going over the waterfall. That was the river in the background that you heard when I was showing off the Crypticum. So, fun fact, the lemurs are actually native to my planet. Oh, you're from Earth? Oh, cool. Okay, Howard's asking the drone. I'm wanting to know the camera he used on that drone. I don't know. Nadim, is that a question that has an answer? Is it just the DJI drone camera? But yeah, I mean, Stephanie, that was incredible footage. It was a credible professional, and that's what he does. And that's I awesome. I am so glad they brought Nadim. I want to bring Nadim when I go anywhere. Let's see. Mike's saying it's a DJI Mini 2. Okay, Nadim confirms it's just the when I say just, it's a DJI Mini 2 drone and the camera. But yeah, it was a lot of fun seeing seeing them take that footage. Adam Wickens actually had a drone there, and you got to be careful. You can't film everywhere, and so you got to be careful. But yeah, we were respectful, and so that was a lot of fun. All right, my friends, we are coming to the end of the hour. It has been so much fun to be back and talking with you. I was gone for 2 weeks, but that was 3 Saturdays, and you know, I love my lives. And of course, you guys also saw, if you were on my Instagram, and if you're not on my Instagram, you can go to Chameleon Academy on the Instagram. And I did a lot of lives where I was just walking through the forest with people. I was so surprised that I got coverage in Ranamafana. And so, I mean, technology has gotten great. And so I was actually able to do a live session while walking through the forest, and everybody could walk through the forest with me. Yeah, I know I could take videos and post the videos, but it's just not the same as actually being there at when it's happening. So you can go to Instagram. I loaded everything up so you can go back and you can experience that at the time that I did. Oh, Mike says missed most of the stream. Wow, it's okay. You came here at the Vend. Mike was happy that you were able to join us on that trip. Yeah, and I gotta say, it was really cool because there was this group of Canadian YouTubers. This was really a, you know, Mike Tytula, Dion, Adam Wickens, and even Nadim and Alec. These are all Canadians. They have this nice tight group, and Dave Coffin came on, and they included me in that group. And so for the Canadian group, I want to thank you for accepting me into the group. And it was so much fun getting to know you all on a more personal level, and had a great time these 2 weeks. And so I appreciate you accepting me into your groups. So all right, everybody, I want to say thank you very much for coming back and joining me here. I am going to continue. This is the start of everything. Starting up my lives, Instagram Tuesday night, YouTube right here Saturday. If I am able to figure out all the connections, then next week on Saturday, you'll be talking to Patrick, who was the guide, and you can ask him all sorts of questions about going to Madagascar. And I am hoping I can make that work. So that would be very exciting. And let's see, season 8 starts next Friday, where you get the first podcast episode where I talk in depth about my what I learned in Madagascar, and it's a special episode because I actually wrote it while I was in Madagascar. And so that will be a unique episode. That's the only episode I've ever written in Madagascar. But I wrote it in Madagascar in Andasi Bay while I was watching the cyclone dump rain on the forest, and so it was a very nice moment. And of course, if you decide to join the Patreon, you can actually go right now and you can listen to it right now. All right. We'll say just saying goodbye to everybody. And Nadim, yeah, so much fun doing that. So, okay, I want to say have a great weekend, and I'll see you online. Bye.